The Whispering Depths. It was a quiet, misty morning when the small town of Willowmere awoke to the news. A boat had been found adrift on Blackthorn Lake, empty and eerily untouched. The oars were still neatly tucked inside. A half-empty thermos of coffee sat on the bench, and a single fishing rod lay across the bow. But there was no sign of its owner, old Mr. Hargrove, the town's beloved fisherman. The townsfolk gathered at the shore, their whispers carried by the cold breeze. Blackthorn Lake had always been a place of beauty, its glassy surface reflecting the towering pines that surrounded it. But beneath its serene exterior lay a history of strange occurrences, vanished swimmers, unexplained ripples, and lights that flickered beneath the surface on moonless nights. Detective Clara Hayes, new to Willowmere but sharp as a blade, was assigned to the case. She stood at the edge of the lake, staring at the boat as it was towed to the dock. Something about it didn't sit right with her. The boat showed no signs of struggle, no scratches, no evidence of a crash. It was as if Mr. Hargrove had simply vanished. Clara began her investigation by interviewing the locals. Most spoke of Mr. Hargrove as a kind, solitary man who spent his days fishing and his evenings telling stories at the tavern. But one person stood out, a reclusive woman named Eliza, who lived in a cabin deep in the woods. She claimed to have seen something the night of the accident. "The lake," Eliza said, her voice trembling. "It wasn't right. The water, it glowed, like it was alive. And then I heard it, a sound, like a whisper, but it wasn't human." Clara's curiosity piqued. She decided to explore the lake herself. That night, under the pale light of a crescent moon, she rowed out to the spot where Mr. Hargrove's boat had been found. The air was still, the silence oppressive. As she drifted, she noticed something strange. The water beneath her began to shimmer, a faint, otherworldly glow rising from the depths. Suddenly, the whispers began. Soft at first, then growing louder, more insistent. Clara's heart raced as she peered over the edge of the boat. The glow intensified, and for a moment she thought she saw shapes moving below. Figures, pale and ghostly, reaching up toward her. Terrified, Clara rowed back to shore, her mind racing. The next morning, she returned with a team of divers to investigate the lakebed. What they found was beyond anything they could have imagined. An ancient submerged structure, covered in strange carvings and pulsating with the same eerie glow Clara had seen the night before. The townsfolk were divided. Some believed it was a portal to another world. Others thought it was a cursed relic from a forgotten time. But one thing was certain: Blackthorn Lake held secrets that no one could explain. As for Mr. Hargrove, he was never found. Some say he was taken by the whispers. Others believe he became one of them. Clara left Willowmere soon after, the case forever unsolved. But on quiet nights, when the mist rolls in and the lake lies still, the whispers can still be heard, a haunting reminder of the mystery that lies beneath the surface.